Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening is the one and only Bridgeman and JFK. Evening, gents.
Evening, Fox, Bridgeman and Oxchair. How you all doing?
Come on, Bridge, come off a mute.
A big good evening to yourselves on the panel. Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans from all over the world listening in. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, have you come down yet, Will Mucker?
No, really. I'm very happy, very happy. No, it was a wonderful, wonderful display by our team. And when you think about it, our manager's already said something like we're the underdogs sort of in this group. My goodness gracious. I'll put a wee bit of gunpowder under them in the raw, and I'll tell you, that was fantastic. Great result, and wonderful play in the first half.
I agree, fantastic result, JFK. I mean, what it does is we can get another couple of points here and there. You're in it right to the wire. Then makes it exciting, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It was a fantastic result. Great atmosphere from start to finish. Thoroughly deserved. But let's see if we can win 9. We'll get 9 points at Ibrox.
I think that would take us through, JFK.
Of course it would. We were saying that the other night. I think it was Smurf that was saying it as well. 9 points would take us through. I mean, and we're capable of winning any game at Ibrox, and on that performance last night, I thoroughly think that Rangers can go forward with that. The next game's going to be hard at Ibrox against Porto. So, but young boys up next. So,
can you mention? You say young boys of Bern.
Okay, young boys of Bern. Okay, so is up next. So they know either we're not just playing with young boys. We're playing young boys of Bern. Sorry about that, mate. I mean, it's a fantastic step for us. I think Moses thought maybe a draw, maybe sneak a 2-1, but the first half we were out of sight with them. We should have been out of sight, But 9 points. I love 9 points. 3 games at Ibrox, 3 wins, and we're there, mate. Definitely.
I don't know if it'll be that easy. I think, but
no, it'll be easy. But last night it became. We'll talk about it obviously a bit in depth, but last night became a bit of a tussle in the last 20 minutes. We were holding our own, so which was good.
Aye, well, it'll be the first time that's happened to you. You've been left on your own, but
all the time, mate.
we started well. I'll ask you to the game started first few minutes. There wasn't a lot, and I think they had a half a chance, and then we got the penalty, sort of nothing. Big Helander went up for the header. The guy. It was handball, a good spot by the referee. We gets a penalty. Tav misses it, hits the post. And everybody's thinking, oh, here we go with this. Flat. The complete opposite. I don't know if the scoring the penalty could have given us even as much of a boost. We seem to just wave after wave. We never made hundreds of chances, but we got into good situations. We got the goal. We could have scored maybe another 1 or 2, but if we just got it right in the final third, we could have put the game well at a side. JFK, then Bridge.
I mean, the first 5 or 6 minutes, we weren't at the races, basically. We did look a bit lethargic with our play, we were laboured. But I mean, after that, we came right into the game, and me and you spoke earlier on today, and I agree with your comment that, I mean, the penalty miss might have been a good thing for us because it made us go for the game.
Bizarrely, aye.
Bizarrely, aye. That's what you were saying earlier on. So I agree with that point. But that's a bizarre way to look at it. But no, for the penalty miss, Macy's everybody in about was thinking, oh, here we go. But no, the team just stepped up to the plate and they went for it. And I know what you're saying. No. Some of the play in midfield, the winning of the ball in midfield was tremendous. And for me, should have walked off the park at half time 3-0 up, even out with the penalty miss. It was the team performed really, really well. We started off quite poor, if that's the right word, but no, we just became giants in that first half.
We closed them down. we stifled their defence. They want to play across the back in their own box. Bridgman, I know it wasn't the kind of football me and you would play in defence, but it seems to be this modern trend. But we stopped them. They couldn't play. We just kept getting the ball back, keeping quick throw-ins, etc. We were just wave after wave.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was up until very close to when we got the penalty. They were still playing really good football across the park. You know, a lot of good sideways passing. As I say, they're very good at holding the ball, and it took us maybe 10, maybe 15 even to sort of start to win the ball and intercept the ball and so on and so forth. Once the guys got their eye on what they were doing and things like that, they managed to do it. We get the penalty, and it was unfortunate. I still think the emotion was pouring through Tavernier, and he just took the eye off the ball to all intents and purposes. I don't mean he meant bad, but maybe there's just too much. So I'm not going to blame him for anything.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I didn't like his run up.
No.
I think there was something no right with him all night. I think it was all to do with the emotion, and he's the captain of the club, and he was doing a bit of representation with Wreath Lane and things like that, you know. Excuse me. And I think that all takes its toll on people.
If you get to watch the game again, I think you might see a wee bit differently. Tav was still up doing the part, and see when we scored the goal, he's in beside Morelos at centre forward, mate.
Yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't up there. All I'm meaning is that there are times in the game when he got the ball, the continuity wasn't there. He wasn't controlling it right, and sometimes you could see passing it short, things like that. Look, we won the game. And I'm delighted, as Jimmy was saying, that could have been easily 3-0 at half time with a bit more luck, you know. And I reckon.
Well, but at the game, before we touch on the emotion, I've sent you something, Bridge. You can have a look at that if you don't mind, yeah. Before the game, when the team was announced, was there as much shock there as there was with young Stardog?
I think so. And I was standing with my brother.
GFK. We worked on this before the show. Stardog. Wasted. Absolutely wasted. Right, we'll try it again, right? Stardog. Open the gates, let me rejoin my mates.
You know, I was listening to the first part last night, and I'm sure I heard Stardog on it. And, you know, I listened to the sort of the MixLR one, and I'm sure I heard Stardog. I thought he was going to the game because I was looking for him at the gates.
Take these chains from my heart and set me free.
Come in, Stardog.
Well, when the team was announced and Katic wasn't playing,
did you giggle?
I giggled because Stardog, as we all know, said something he was going to do. So I don't know if he did it or not.
He's not been seen all day. Our poor Stardog.
Yeah. But,
well, is there any bets as to whether he's going to come on tonight or not? Maybe
no.
He's.
It's other way. Well,
I don't
know
if he's doing the Twitter. I don't know if he's look at the Rangers Radio Twitter page. I'm not on Twitter, but I look at the homepage and somebody for a grooming shop, a dog grooming shop. It's called Stardogs. I don't know if you've seen it.
I think Terry's got it somewhere and get it on the lobby.
Look at that giggle. Poor Stardog. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, he took it in great spirit last night.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Come on in, Stardog, and give a wee chat and tell us what you thought of the game, pal. Come on. But can I just say, you said you sent me something there. I don't see anything, pal.
You've got a message, mate, in a personal call. A personal message for me, yeah. All right, as we say, we got the goal, and obviously the atmosphere, the emotion of the night, obviously with Fernando passing and being against a Dutch team, JFK, Have you ever seen anything like that when the ball went out for a throw after about 2 minutes? Yeah.
No, the ball went out for a throw just about 10-15 yards for that's it, and just as the big centre half was about to pick the ball up, the referee signalled for him to lay it down, and then every player on the park, the same as the fans, us, started the applause. But for a good 20 seconds, every player standing in the park actually stood and applauded, which is absolutely wonderful. And then the referee gave the signal for the throw-in to be taken, and very emotional. You know, people run about me very emotional, a bit emotional myself last night. It was an absolutely fantastic thing to see, and it's just a pity that the TV didn't pick up on it. Or they did show. I watched the whole game today again, and they only showed Alfredo applauding. But if they showed it right, every player in the park, and the linesman and the referee had a wee applause as well. So I'm just wondering if Rangers TV will pick up on that and they maybe see it a different way, or if they just take the feed for whoever they're showing it. You know, it was very, very emotional, and it was a fantastic gesture.
It showed you on the TV what I saw. It focused on Morelos, then it focused on Stevie G and Jaap Stam. So you could see the emotion spreading around the stadium, and it's a special night because of that. I think, look, players come and go, players leave you, players unfortunately pass away. Like everybody loses people in their life, but for a man so young and to have such a horrible illness, to be struck in your prime, I think people recognise that. You know, you're not talking about a guy passing away in his 80s, but you're sad, but you're no.
Well, you see the generations. You know, I mean. Sandy Jardine, I mean that was for the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s through, and then we lost Davy Cooper, middle 70s into the 80s, and now we've lost Fernando. You know, so it's a generational thing, and the thing about it last night is all generations came together last night, and it was really a poignant moment. When the 2 minutes come up on the clock and everybody applauded, it was absolutely fantastic to be part of that. So
here, mate, here. Bridge, what was your thoughts? You've been Ibrox on a lot of emotional nights, but obviously,
that's up there. That last night was up there. I mean, it was crackling. It really was, and you know, I thought their crowd, their supporters were very, very good. I never saw the halftime shenanigans that we were up to, but. They were very, very good, and when they joined in and the players stopped and the referee and the linesmen were clapping as well, you know. I mean, the whole stadium was clapping, simple as that, and that was just something else. These types of atmosphere, actually, I've not heard it quite as poignant as last night. Maybe it's because it's the present, you know. Maybe it's because of the present. When you go back to Baxter and people like that who died younger than you ever think, you know, the amount of David Cooper, people like that. But this guy has just done something, and I thought it was smart and really, shall we say, fortunate that we had a Dutch side and I thought it was brilliant. So I think everybody enjoyed that, and I thought it was a fabulous night, and we did very well in the first half. They did better than us in the second half, but we still, every time we get the ball in the second half, we moved forward, which caused them panic in the ranks, you know. So I really do think we deserve to win. I thought
we did deserve to win the piece, but obviously we were out of legs a wee bit. We were out of legs a wee bit the last 15 minutes. And by the way, GFK, I don't know how you get time to watch the game today by the time you go to your bed.
You're not supposed to tell anybody that. But you go mute my bed when you phone me at 10 o'clock.
It was nearly lunchtime when I phoned.
Was it? Oh well. I can't cope with these school night bevies, mate. You know, I felt like when I got my day as if I had about 40 halves and 20 pints, but I only had 3 or 4 of that, you know, so...
Last time you had that amount of drink was in that bowling club, but that's another story.
Well, that's what you call a drink, you know. Last night was just weight in the back of the throat, mate, you know, so, but... That's my long lies done now, eh?
Aye. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that.
Right.
I could hear voices next to you. Fair play to you. So, well, fair play to young Stardog. So we'll not see him tonight.
Who was that you were looking for?
Stardog.
Open the gates, let me rejoin my mates.
I was looking for Stardog last night, to be honest.
Did he say we see the day after again, Bridgeman?
Take these chains from my heart and set me free.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Well done,
He
Stardog.
wouldn't have the brass neck to show up here tonight, JFK, would he?
Well, I don't know. I called last night to see if Stardog would let me know what was happening since his favourite player, who he lovingly adores, was not available last night. So maybe he may come in. What do you think? That'd be quite good if he did.
Can
Evening,
I ask you a question? Oh,
Evening,
he's
Stardog.
No. I'm here.
Open the gates, let me rejoin my mates.
Oh, that's a good Knox. I'll give you that in, mate.
So how are you feeling, Stardog?
Well,
Take these chains from my heart and set me free.
obviously,
I was
last
asking
night
for
before
you up
the
at the
game-
bistro and nobody had heard from you. And in fact, I think Fox had said to me he thought you were actually on the panel last night. And I thought, wait a minute, I thought he was coming to the game. But no,
I'm a
you never
full-
appeared.
I've got 2 kids full time, mate. Unfortunately, I can't make all these special events.
Right, so what were
But
you
I had
going to
to
do?
I had to concede that one last night, mate. He got his tactics and his team spot on. I still think, obviously, Nico was harshly treated. But
Let it go.
That's what I'm saying. Oxshare had a word with me before the show, and it's a private conversation. But he had a few choice words, and one of them rhymes with wussy. So I got it together after that.
I've seen nothing.
Anyway,
Dallas,
Stardog,
I'll have
great
to see
to have
boys
you
with
on.
Dallas.
I'll love to see you with Gallus. You're absolutely right, I do as well.
Stardog, if people want to join us.
The number's
What's the number,
0141 356 1972. I'm not thinking because of that tune, man. I've got that tune in my head.
What's the phone number?
Oh, dear me.
He never heard you.
0141 356 1972.
Stardog's got his own show now.
You'll go to the gates of hell.
Oh, that
Where
tune
else can
stuck
they
in my
join
head.
us, Bridge?
And they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online and Old School Blues or Fox will bring you in. And if you've never been here before, they'll really bring you in and look after you. Enjoy yourself.
Here.
There's that lackey when you need him, eh?
We're all getting dug out of right. See where you're starting, Stardog.
Oh, I know, mate. What am I like, man?
Now that you've had time to reflect, who was your man of the match last night?
Well, Barisic for me, mate. McGregor put off some really, really good saves, but obviously we spoke about that last night. We can come to expect that of him these big nights, pulls after the big saves, mate. So I thought Barisic was his best game in the Rangers jersey for me last night. Mm-hmm. There was 3 or 4 guys that could have been man of the match for me, mate, but Barisic never put a fit rang all night, and obviously his tackle led to the goal, so he was my man of the match.
All right, mate. JFK?
Morelos for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I thought his play was outstanding. You know, one of the games, no score, but absolutely wonderful. So hard to pick a man in the match, but I'm going to get you Fred.
All right, well done. And Bridgeman.
Well, I'm between Morelos and Arfield, and I'm actually sneaking towards Arfield. I thought he was completely outstanding, and I thought there was quite a few others had really good games. Erlander, his first major start for Rangers in a big game. I thought he did very, very well for himself, and like Stardog, think that Barisic played really well as well. So there wasn't very many non-stars in our team, but I thought for the presence on the pitch, I thought Morelos was absolutely outstanding, and Arfield, just everything he touched seemed to be coming off, and really, really good. I thought he did a smashing game.
I went for Arfield myself, but I wouldn't argue with any of them. But Ryan Jack could have been in the mix as well, and you've got 4 or 5 guys getting 8.5 out of 10, which is excellent start, dog.
100%, mate. I mean, for back to front last night, it was just a great team performance all round. And I think, JFK mentioned Morelos. See, in the first half, if games were just like one half, that guy, honestly, what a first half he had. He put himself everywhere. I think he kind of ran out of steam towards the last 20-15 minutes of the game. But, he put some shift up there last night. Like JFK says, he might not have got his goal, but he put some work in up there last night, and that was a great performance for him as well.
Stardog, have you checked the Rangers Radio Twitter page?
I've no, mate. No, I don't have Twitter.
Right, well, me neither, but I look at the homepage and somebody was in Edinburgh and they found a shop, Stardog Groomers.
What, for dogs?
Stardogs, it's called.
Aye. Well, my name doesn't come for that, I can assure you.
Can I just say, Oxter? Can I just say something at Oxter? You hear on the TV news and so on and so forth, and you hear about that mob across the city with all their fabulous midfield men. Seriously, they never ever talk about our great midfield. We've got some smashing players in there. In fact, probably the best in the country at the moment. And Ryan Jack, a standout, an absolute standout.
If we'd played like that in that game at Ibrox, we wouldn't get beat. JFK.
That's correct.
Sorry, mate.
If we'd played like that against them at Ibrox, we wouldn't get beat.
No, and Bridgeman's famous saying, we'd have mollicated them. The first half, we were absolutely outstanding. Outstanding, we were. There's no other word for it. Some of our gameplay was absolutely beautiful to watch, and that's not going overboard about it. Aye, it'd been nice if we could have had that spirit last night. So, look, the puddle drinkers did what they did against us, so let's go on with it. Let's use last night's result as a step forward, stepping stone. Let's go forward now and think now about St John's, and then midweek against Livingston, and then we play the other dreaded mob, the Sheep, next Saturday, which will be absolutely wonderful. We play like that,
JFK.
We'll do them all. Yes, mate.
See, obviously, we watched a bit of finals, obviously, getting into the game last night.
Aye.
And see on that, what was your thoughts at half-time? Were you surprised at how much we dominated them? Because I 100% was so surprised, because I thought it would have been us that had to be ready the first half hour. I thought they were going to come at us, but they never really got a sniff the first half, didn't they, no?
No, they never got a sniff, because I think the manager got his tactics right,
Aye, get them spot on.
He got them spot on, and I wouldn't say it was anything to do with the way that Feyenoord played. It was the way we allowed Feyenoord to play, and I thought the gaffer got his tactics spot on. Midfield, right through the back four, midfield, up front was spot on. And we've all said here before, Stardog, everybody at the game last night, and the Bridge was there as well, and probably all you guys watching everywhere else. But we're all surprised we come off the park only 1-0 up. Take the penalty away from it. Never mind Tav missed a penalty, but other chances that we got, we should have been walking off that part, the game over at half time, Stardog. So for me, it was the game plan that the gaffer put up in front of him, and the players carried out his order. So but I was slightly surprised, because I'd already watched them the week before, and I did say they're a decent team, but we showed that Rangers are a decent team as well. So I think they were in for a shock, thinking that they would maybe come and run out of tappers, and they didn't. So great result.
I said last night after the game, JFK, this really just does put a statement out how important these home games are going to be. We would all love to get 9, but realistically, even if we could get 7 and nick 1 or 2 away from him, we could build me a right shout of qualifying here.
The game I've got to think about getting points away from home.
Young Boys.
Is
a Bern.
Young Boys, a Bern game. That's a game that we'd hope maybe to get at least a draw for and then I'm hopeful that we can win the 2 home games, albeit it's going to be hard against Porto. But we've got to remember the last game of the group is against the Young Boys of Bern at Ibrox, so we need to build up to that to make sure that on the last group game, that in December the 12th is the game that gives us a chance of qualifying for the knockout stage.
And by the way, if we get to there and it's in my own hands, a win puts us through, you would take that to Snow, wouldn't you?
Of course you would, mate. That's what I'm saying.
You'd be wagging your tail with that one, Star Dog, yeah?
100%. My tail, by God, 10 to dozen.
Sorry, pal. Sorry.
Some of your lines last night were taking the biscuit, Star Dog, I've got to say.
Taking the biscuit. That's really clever stuff tonight. Oxy, that's really clever stuff.
Dear me.
Can I just ask the question on I'm thinking about the centre half situation and how disappointed Stardog was with Katic not playing, and I dare say a few others as well. I thought that
not even in the squad, Bridge.
No, I'm saying that I was going to ask the question. The guy came on. He's only played a full 90 minutes against East Fife or something. One of the boys has put it in the lobby there. So I think he was outstanding for himself, for us, and for himself. He did himself no harm at all. Wonderful performance, and if he can maintain, or if we can hope he can maintain that performance, we're in with a really good shout. You can see. The way he played last night was the value that he has put on him, like $3.5 million or whatever it was we paid for him. So I would have no problems actually retaining him on the left along with Barisic. And I think that was the reason that Barisic played so well. You see somebody beside you that can actually is supposed to be playing there. Do you know what I mean? No offence to any other players that have played there, but when you know you've got somebody beside you that can do a similar exercise to you, if you're going to run up the wing, he can actually push a left-footed past you and vice versa.
Yeah.
These are the things where the strength is. If you playing out in the left end, your strength must be on the left. That kind of thing. Unless you're a winger where you can cut inside and have a shot, you can change feet there. Because our great Willie Waddle did that as well.
Yeah. Can I come in there,
Anyway.
yeah?
Oh, you go, mate.
What Bridgeman said there is right. I mean, Hollander last night was it was a no-nonsense defender. He didn't try to do anything fancy. He done his job. He's tackling. He's getting rid of the ball. You know, for me, I mean, he's what we all hoped he was going to be. We've all been speaking here. When's he going to get the chance? Well, he came on last night and he got his chance, and he proved to everybody that he's up to the mark now. We were all anxious to see him play. Maybe he wasn't match fit, maybe whatever, but he showed last night, that he is the man to fill that position. Is it going to be at the cost of Katic? We don't know. We'll soon see. There'll be a change of personnel probably, maybe against St Johnstone Sunday, whether Katic will come back in. But for me, I've said before, if he's cost that amount of money and he plays like that for us, then for me, he's got to be a stick on to be a first team pick all the time. So for me, just outstanding. I never gave him man of the match, but I think that his overall performance through the whole 90 minutes was absolutely stupendous, mate.
I think the difference is, Bridge, when it's there and it's on the outside of you and you can just swing your leg to clear it and it's
Absolutely.
natural, there's a big difference there, mate.
Huge difference. I mean, in your thought process and the way you're looking at the ball and the ball's coming to you, unless it's coming slightly, and you actually move yourself out, and if you're right-footed, you only move yourself to position yourself, and you're wrong because the ball's going to go side of you, and it's not supposed to do that, Anyway, I was going to ask the question of everybody, can somebody update us? Have they heard anything as to what was wrong, if anything, with Katic? The rumour was flying around. There was a rumour flying around that a big fight with Golson.
Don't believe everything you read.
Wait till you hear the interview.
The manager.
Oh, right, okay then. Okay.
I mean, it's not just about just lifting your legs sometimes, you know what I mean? When you're playing in that position and just kicking it clear, but he did look natural there, and it's a big plus to the team, Stardog.
100%, mate. I like Big Phil. He had a good game last night. But, I mean, I can't really complain about it last night because we didn't concede a goal or anything like that. I was just looking at it from what's fair point of view. Like, Hollander should be in that team because that's where he should play on the left side. But who should be in the right side? For me, it's got to be who's been the best defender this year, and it's Katic. So Katic and Hollander would be my pairing, mate, for St Johnstone. But, I mean, it's great that he's come into such a big game and he's stepped up like that. That's obviously what you expect to get when you pay that kind of money for a player, and I'm glad he's done that, mate. He had a solid game last night. I like Big Phil.
Do you know when Hollander came into his own, Oxshire, it was, for me, it was the last 15, 20 minutes, because the team was knowing their last legs, but they gave their all for that 70 minutes, 75 minutes, and we knew that there's a chance here, because they were on their uppers, they look as if there's a chance they could score. We know they got a couple of chances, but when you look at the way Hollander's positioning for the defence and that, and trying to marshal the defence, you thought at times he was the captain of Rangers last night. And as you say, that sticking that leg out like that, it's a natural ability that he's got. So for me, who would I have? I would play the same two as I played last night against St Johnstone and see how forward we can take that. We don't know, maybe Katic was injured last night. I'm not buying all this rubbish about fights or whatever that. So what? If that happened, it happened. But as far as I want to see is a winning Rangers team on the park. So Big Hollander's got the jersey, and I think he should keep it on that performance. But you never know, next game, it might be a mince, as they could say. But sorry, mate.
I was just going to ask you, when you were speaking of that, I quite enjoyed watching Goldson last night. I thought Goldson was a bit better than he had been. He wasn't so dopey, shall we say, with the ball. He only had a couple of
moments. I just hope Albert comes in and gives you his thoughts on Goldson, mate.
No, I'm not. Look, there was something not right, because Goldson looked very nervous in most of the games that he's played this season. But last night, I don't think he was nervous at all. He was the out ball. You saw him looking at the man and then turning him. And I'm not saying he was fantastic passing or anything like that, but he cleared the ball okay. And he didn't make any. He made one good tackle that took the man out near the end, and that got us on maybe a 15-second or 20-second gap just before the final whistle went. I think he did. I thought he played very well last night. I did.
The manager obviously has got a lot of time for Connor Goldson, and we paid a few quid for him also. But I tend to hand my paw out to Stardug and say that I get his point with the Katic. He has been the form defender. So if that's the blend or the mix going forward, then what that would give you is that gives you the two of them being as tall as they are, and Katic getting his head on a lot of things. It gives you a real threat in both boxes, defending and attacking, because Hollander got us a penalty last night, and Katic has caused all sorts of bother. So then all of a sudden, I know Goldston's got the goal at Kilmarnock, but he's not as prolific in the opposition box as Big Katic has. But it just gives us that other option, another two central defender pairing. It's fantastic. But I'm going to park that this new JFK, because you get a sense of that in the manager's interview. We'll be playing in the second half of the show.
Talking there about Goldson, I just felt last night his header on the ball, Oxshire, was right off a kilter. It's like as if he's got a head like a threepenny bit at times. Anybody knows what a threepenny bit is, I'll say a 50 pence piece.
Exactly.
It's that time now, isn't it? So what you're saying there, Oxshire, is 100%. Header near the ball for me isn't a great thing that Goldson's got, but Katic is, So, but let's see what the manager does in the next game. If he brings Katic back, I don't have a problem with that. But I would like to see. I've got the man that I've always said he should be given the chance to come in, and he came in last night and he performed at 100% for me with Philip Hollander. So I'm pleased about that, mate.
Aye, fair comment. And what about Stardug's man of the match, Barisic? He looked a different player last night. Bridge?
Yeah, as I said a wee bit earlier, you see Barisic gives him confidence. He can look at somebody inside. He can pass to them. Somebody that maybe thinks the same as him, as in Helander. And it's just wonderful to watch. I mean, he wasn't scared to go down and take a couple of runs at the fullback, and knowing full well that he was, in all probability, he didn't have the pace that the fullback had, but he still got the ball across in 2 occasions and got 2 corners at the other 2. And he wasn't afraid to go and do it. He wasn't afraid to find space. Wasn't afraid to come inside. And that gets that's because you have confidence in the person inside you. There's not going to be any flailing legs. The ball's not going to go out your head. You know what I mean? There's somebody going to possibly place a decent pass with the proper strength foot right to you, and that makes a huge difference. And that's to me, that's the way he played. And you've been asking me, you personally have been asking me what I see and what I saw in Barisic that was made him so good. Last night we saw it. That's what I've been seeing. I've been waiting on it coming out. I think he's a fantastic player. He obviously got to get better. He's not going to. That's not the end of it, I hope. Otherwise, he just won't make it. But he's got to keep going and keep improving. And what a difference! And everybody in the boot was saying the same thing. He was really, really good last night. Smashing player.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, going to the goal, I think it was a wee knock for Kamara. And then it was left in sort of 50-50 for Barisic, who went and won it. Felt with Ojo, I think he took 2 strides and battered it in the goal. JFK.
I'm not saying it was right in front of me, but it was there at my side of the ring, mate. And what a hit! What a hit, man! You know, the net nearly burst. Fantastic striker, the boy is. He's done it a few times, some of the shooting and that, but it doesn't do enough for me. The whole team doesn't do enough shooting for me at times. I think we try to be tippy-tappy too much when about the box, but it was a cracking goal. Barisic, that wee knock, with a tackle and that was good with him. But it was a goal that was worthy of being called a world-class goal, Oxia, without a doubt. The fact they've been the Ronaldos or the Messis of the world scoring a goal like that, it'd be on the news all the time. What a strike it was. Absolutely first class, mate. First class.
You hear the Bridgman and the reaction in the stadium was absolutely brilliant, eh?
Oh, they went mental. I mean, really and truly. I think everybody went just radio rental because that was a fabulous goal. And we had been, I was going to say huffing and puffing, but we've been threatening for quite a while. But my goodness gracious, the way the ball came across and Barisic got in there and the ball broke off him and all of a sudden the wee man's in, takes two strides or 3 strides and smashes it. Wow, unstoppable. The kind of thing that you just dream of your one of your players doing for you in every game. Just do it. Marvellous goal. Marvellous goal. Ibrox erupted and gee whiz, you could hear it. You could probably hear it over in Partick, to be honest. Fantastic.
No, a lot of people from Partick would be at the game.
Excuse me.
Stardog and old chum. What we only seen on the TV, but the ground was rocking after we got that goal.
Oh, it was absolutely bouncing, so it was. And just to kind of echo what the guys are saying there, it was a great strike. So it was made by Barisic. I mean, he got to go in there and win that tackle. But Ojo, I mean, that is what he does. But for me, I mean, he was arguably probably one of our worst players last night, and he scored the winning goal. So I wouldn't mind him doing that every week. But for me, after the goal, I expected him to take confidence for that. I expect him to go up another level. I mean, he could have had a hat-trick last night. He had that great bit of play outside the box where he passed out to, I think it was Tav. And then he managed to get himself back in the box for the header. He could have done better with that. And then a chance fell to him, I think, just after he'd scored his goal. I think it was still in the first half on the penalty spot, when he managed to get it around the player and he hit the shot and he just hit it wide. So he could have had a hat-trick last night. It could have been a lot bit better game for him. But he won his game and end up, so delighted with that, mate.
Can I come in just for a second, Ox, there? Just to say, it's something really good. Dutch is just put in the lobby. He saw Jaap Stam on the Dutch news today, and he admitted that they were not good enough against a good team. There we go. I thought that was excellent. Well done, Dutchy. Well done.
I think we get more praise for the rest of the world than we get for our own media, but there you go.
Yeah, nothing for your media. Nothing at all, other than charges.
Yeah. Stardog, do you think we could win a lot?
In this group?
Aye.
I fancy us at home against anybody, Ox. Definitely. I mean, I know Porto's a big kind of name in the group, but Young Boys ran them close last night as well. And, I mean, I don't know if maybe Porto would have to, or Young Boys are just better than what I think they are. But I honestly think this group's going to be anybody's group. I think that win last night basically blows the group wide open. I don't think Feyenoord were prepared for that last night, and I think teams will be ready now to come to Ibrox. But I honestly fancy us against anybody at Ibrox, and even nicking a point away. I mean, Stevie G just seems to have a knack for Europe. I mentioned it last night. His record's absolutely brilliant.
How many games is that now, Stardog?
I think that he's only lost 2 in 24, is it?
Yeah, we played 14 last year, and that's 9 this year. 2 in 23, aye.
That's an amazing record, mate. Mm-hmm. That's an amazing record. We've not lost at Ibrox once yet, and through the full of this full qualifying campaign, and obviously last night, we've still not been behind for one single minute.
That's a great start, JFK here.
Of course it is. You know, I mean, the manager when he first came, I mean, as I said last season, it was a journey that we never thought we would be taking on. Now we're looking to go further, and the record's absolutely phenomenal. You know, to think where we came from to what we are now, and to be playing like that, and to have a record like that in Europe. So his stocks went up, but he's making Rangers stock go higher as well. So it's a fantastic statistic to have. So we're looking for the next games against the Young Boys of Bern. So we're looking to go there and get a draw, maybe sneak a win, and we're still an unbeaten record. So onwards and upwards, Fox there.
Can I come in?
Anyway, we've been joined by Fox, who's taking the lead now. How we doing, Fox?
Good evening, guys.
Hey, Fox.
Evening, Jimmy.
Well,
what can you say about last night? A night of great emotion and high drama for me. I thought the way the team played stopped I think they're a very good side, Feyenoord. But we were pressing and sharp tackling. We never gave them any time to settle whatsoever and get their passing game going. And a lot of that was down to the midfield three for me. I thought Ryan Jack was immense. I also thought Morelos led the line absolutely terrifically. Alan McGregor in goal. And I thought our two centre-backs, although Goldson's getting a wee bit of a slating here, I thought he played very well last night myself. Him and Hollander dealt with most problems very well. And as I say, don't forget, this is a decent side, Feyenoord. And because we got on top of them over the 90 minutes, it'll not be an easy tie travelling there and try to get something in Holland, mate.
Can you come, Bridge?
I was going to say that. Sorry, pal. What was I going to? I was going to ask you something. What was it? I was going to ask you something upstairs. Sorry, it'll come back to me. I do apologise, pal.
I'm sure it will. Stardog?
Just to follow up on what Fox was saying there, I mean, I don't think Feyenoord got it all the rain way last night. I think they are a very good footballing team, and this is what speaks volumes for what's going to be important for us and the rest of the way through this group. Porto are no physical team either. They play the exact same type of football as Feyenoord. They're not going to be able to come to Ibrox and get it all the rain way either. So I think teams are going to be in for a big shock when they come to Ibrox this year.
They gave Rangers respect last night. They came out and they played a 4-2-3-1. I mean, you could actually call it a front four. Larsson, Kochu, Bergus and Sinestra up front. You know, and they only had in the middle there Tapie and Leroy Fair. So, I mean, we had played our usual 4-3-3. So they came to have a go with us. But their midfield was non-existent because we just nullified it. We cancelled it out. Jack Davis and Kamara just snuffed it out completely. Scott Arfield, we know, had a great game. So, as Fox said there, I mean, I said that before after watching them last week. This team's nae mugs. We know they're not the fee nor the pass. We know that. But they're a good team. They're doing no bad in the Dutch league, which is a reasonable league. So let's not kid ourselves on. We're not going to get the plaudits for others. the performance last night. We know where all the plaudits have been put. So what? We were there last night and everybody watching the television, whatever. That was a Rangers performance to be really, really proud of there last night. So the team performed 100%. I agree about Golson. I thought Golson, he didn't perform as well as I'd like him to. No, because the jury's still out with me and the fact who my middle two would be if it was going to be Katic and Nylander. But I'm not going to slate him. The whole team played well. Obviously, there's people criticising Ojo last night in the way out the game. He scored the goal, but he doesn't do enough in the game for a lot of people. But Fox rightly said, if he does that every game and scores a goal, how can you complain?
You would need to take that, but I just think he does look like an inexperienced pro Fox when you see him on the ball and off the ball. You must have got a good view in the second half, mate.
Who are we talking here?
But
Ojo, aye. People need to remember this is a big step up for him as well. And when he played with Liverpool reserves, he didn't have to chase back. Liverpool don't play that style. Their front three stay forward all the time, which lets them save their energy for explosive bursts. We're asking that boy to track back and cover. And I think he was knackered after 60 minutes, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say
I just think his body had enough. And I was surprised that it wasn't long after that the manager subbed him, but I thought, he could do nothing in every game for me if he hits wonder shots like that. He's the only one in our team that can strike a ball by the looks of it. And by God, did he strike it last night.
Yep. You know, I've been a big fan since he came in the door, JFK, but...
Can I just say that the guy that came on, Aribo, when he came on, he was only on 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And, once he got the ball, we were screaming out to run into the corners. And when a couple of times that we tried it, I'm afraid Tavernier lost the ball. And what we tried to do fizzled out. And Aribo came on, and he managed to get the ball down in the corner. And between him and a couple of other Rangers players, including Tavernier, they managed to hold it in there for maybe a minute, maybe just over a minute, which was great because that's great relief for everybody. And that great sense by Aribo, getting the ball somewhere with 30 yards out, 40 yards out, and just sort of taking it down the wing and we 1-2s here and there. I thought that was magic for a guy so young, brilliant in a big European tournament. Marvelous play.
I'd agree with what Fox is saying there, but myself and Stardog are probably the ones on here who have probably seen Ojo more than anybody. And I like him, I was boosting him. I thought this guy's going to be a player. We were all asked by Ox here, just tongue in cheek, who do you think would be our star player end of the year? And I picked Ojo, same as Stardog. Saw him play for under 23s in Liverpool, but Fox has got it spot on there. No, the Liverpool style of play isn't what Ojo's used to with Rangers, because he doesn't have to play that type of football with Liverpool, even with under 23s, having to track back as much as he's got to do with Rangers. So maybe time will tell, but the last night was a big test for him. But again, what Fox said, if he plays whatever way he does and scores a winning goal for us every game, then we can't complain, can we? So
Jimmy, I saw some stats about Ojo, or not about him, since we're playing with the Rangers.
That's what I was going to say. Stats don't tell us he's struggling.
No, he's played, is it 10 games now? Maybe somebody correct me. He played 10 games, scored 5, made 10. What was that, Stardog? Wait a minute, Stardog, what did you say?
I'm sure his record is he's played 12, he's scored 6, and he's got 4 assists. And see, guys, that's nearly the exact same as Ryan Kent's full season campaign last year. His stats don't tell us he's struggling.
But the difference is sometimes even then Kent was getting by a man and maybe things were happening. We've not seen that for Ojo yet. But the boys
the
on the
stats are there, mate.
I'm hearing whispers, Stardog, that he's been getting painkillers, injections to play. So if that is, he's got a bigger heart than I thought, because I think that's something he lacks. But as for striking the ball, I need to doff my cap to. He could strike it, and he's proven to be. Well, we're saying he's a one-trick pony. He came in for the other side and smashed it in, so fair play to the young laddie.
Yeah.
You need to take a wee bit of humble, and we'll do that every day, Bridgeman.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Absolutely. No, once again, I'll say it. Wonderful, wonderful display from our team. Over 90 minutes. I thought we thoroughly deserved to win. When that team in the second half had loads of the ball, probably 60-40 possession for them, but they actually never done anything inside the box. They got in twice. Our goalkeeper managed to make 2 saves. There's been a couple of blocks. That's it. Other than that, when the time they held the ball, we just let them hold the ball and let them do it. Maybe they forced it, but that's what it seemed like to me. And we were just letting them do it. As soon as they lost the ball, we were on them and we were away. My goodness, we caused them a lot of heartaches last night. A lot of heartaches. What's it going to be like over there when we go there and we make a few chances? If we make a few chances over in their stadium, their fans will go onto them. For sure, they'll go onto them.
But for me, the next game in Europe's massive, and the next game in the league, they just keep rolling, Stardog, and it could be a roller coaster season.
100%, mate. As long as it's a good roller coaster. December, mate. If we manage to go through this group and pick up a few results along the way and take it into the bye, it might not even come to that. We might already be through before then, which would be even better. But I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to the wire, this group. So if it does, that just flings December in there to be an even bigger month for me, mate. So there's going to be fireworks this year. I just hope there's good fireworks, mate, this time.
Well, before the game started last night, I'll bet you the other 3 teams, between them, must have thought, well, Rangers are going to get beaten tonight. Feyenoord are going to leather them, and we'll take points after it. We'll go to Ibrox and we'll all get 3 points. I'll bet you that's what they're thinking, to be honest, because that's the way they had to think. How there's going to be a choice between those 3, probably Porto and the other 2 young boys fighting it with Feyenoord. No.
I think if they watched his last season in the Europa League, they would have been stupid to think they were just going to turn up to Ibrox and roll us there. I don't believe that was the case at all. I just believe Gerrard got his tactics spot on, and we managed to get them in the right places and hurt them. And obviously that one goal just ended up being the difference. But we could have been out of sight last night. There's going to be points gained and dropped for everybody in this group. I think this is going to be a group where everybody's going to be taking points. Feyenoord could go and beat Porto. They're very capable of it. So.
But that's
we'll
what we want, don't
we?
We want these teams taking points off each other. Draws, we want them to get draws and we win. That's what you're looking for, in my opinion.
Well, a wee bit of excitement. It's a bonus. I know there was a chain of thought, JFK, maybe do we want to qualify, but now you're there, you just want to do the best you can.
No, you don't want to do the best you can. You want to qualify. The best you can just means you just want to.
The best you can means you can win it.
Well, let's not talk about winning. Let's talk about qualifying into the groups, into the knockout stages first. Let's not be doing what the puddle drinkers are doing. We know the prize we want to win.
You've not booked your flights for the final?
No, I have not. I did for Baku, but what happened there?
We're on our way. We're on our way.
All kidding aside.
To Baku, we're on our way.
They're absolutely marvellous.
How did we get there?
I know.
I don't know.
How did we get there?
We don't care. All we know is we are on our way. Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, you're all right. It'd be absolutely marvellous, obviously, if we go to the Ibrox here. I'm no couldn't my chickens in here. I just think that we're more than capable of beating anybody at Ibrox, and that includes Porto, right? At Ibrox in a few weeks' time. That'll be the telling bit for me. If we can come away from the young boys of Bern with a result, and then we've got a double header home and away against Porto, that'll determine whether we can qualify for the knockout stage. And then, depending on who we get in that draw, then we can start thinking about going all the way. So we're going to enjoy it. It's a bonus for us, but we know what the prize that we want.
Does anybody know what the 3 points gets is cash wise, Fox? So you
$500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a wee bit carried away here, reaching the final. By the way,
it was tongue in cheek, mate. Humour.
And by the way, I hate the way people are talking about young boys of Bern. By the way, they're a good side as well. To go to Porto and they were drawing one each at one time and get beat 2-1. They'll be no mugs either. So
they were a Champions League team last year.
Aye, well, there you go.
It was a penalty.
They were a Champions League team last year.
It doesn't matter, Jimmy.
Aye, I know. I'm not
the one thing I hated last night about the missed chances was, see if it goes to a count back, where, for instance, it's us and Fernand, we beat them 1-0 here, and there's a possibility they could beat us 2-0 there. That's the sort of luck that Rangers carry, mate, that will go out in the goal difference again. That's the only thing that worries me, you know.
We shouldn't be afraid of anybody at Ibrox, right? And I mean, the Porto game at Ibrox is going to be the big one. But I'm confident. I would say you're looking that Feyenoord are a better team than Young Boys of Bern. And
I don't know.
Well, I saw about opinions, mate. Porto's the game for me. But as I'm saying earlier on, if we can go to Young Boys of Bern and come away with a draw, I'll win.
Point, Jimmy would do.
It's a point, isn't it? So it's we're all happy about that, and that builds it for us getting into the double header against Porto. I mean, I know Oxier's talk tongue in cheek about winning it, but it'd be fantastic if we win it. But we're more than capable of getting 9 points. I've always said we could get 10. Let's see if I'm right. I've always said at the start. We were asked a couple of weeks ago. I'm confident we could get 10 at it, and that's
did anybody happen to see the coefficient table today?
No.
Scotland's best team, it's the Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is the best team, and they all know that anyway.
Because we've gained the most points with the coefficient this year so far. Anyway, look, Fox, we're having a wee bit of laughing. Well, I think we'll do well to go to the group stage, you know what I mean? But it's a bonus, a real bonus. The revenue's fantastic. The club's getting seen in a good light. It's all bonus stuff, innit?
Aye, without a doubt. I just don't, myself, I don't want to get too carried away. I mean, we're away in the next 2 games in the Europa League, so let's see where we stand after 3 games.
I think you were just maybe backing up the rank 3 there.
Yeah. Was that the tail wagging the dog there, like?
Might be.
You're leading them up the garden path.
Just open up the gates and let me see my mates, huh?
Shows what happens when you throw the dog a bone, huh?
Can I just say quickly, I think I seen something last night. The Rangers have made $4.5 million already in revenue, half goals and qualifiers for the Europa League already.
All right. We're going to go to tune. Bridgeman, did you get that thing that I sent you?
I did not, pal. No, I'm trying to say
it's in the call. Everybody else has seen it. And...
Okay, I'm in the call now and I don't see nothing. Seriously, I'm on the text. Oxterry, I mean, it was. I see it now. I see it now.
Right.
Here was a okay.
You want to read it out before we go to the tune?
I'll read it out now, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. It's a wee text from about Fernando. Our hero was a Dutchman. Fernando was his name. And from the day he came to Rangers, things were never the same. We always will remember our hero number 2. And as we march to Ibrox, we will sing this song for you. 3 cheers for Fernando. We all remember you, our pride and joy, our brave Dutch boy in orange and in blue. 3 cheers for Fernando, our banners waving high. Now going to join the others in blue heaven in the sky. Fantastic. Well done.
I've sailed the wide Atlantic, crossed the broad Pacific shore. I've sailed around the stormy capes, I've heard the parties roar. I fly the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, means more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. No more I'll sail the 7 seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again. I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday, I'll join a happy throng with Rangers banners all around. We'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, it's the blue sea of Eyebrow. And it happens when the orange beat the green. And it happens when the orange beat the green.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, Oxygen. Well done, pal. Well done.
You enjoy that, bro?
I love that version. That version is just, that's a soft version. Just fabulous. Oh, wouldn't it do for Ibrox? I suppose wouldn't they sing it that slow? But really brilliant. Really brilliant.
They're both up in the blue sky now, mate, both of them.
They are indeed. Yeah.
Anyway, unfortunately, like all things in life, we move on, and last night's gone, and we have to start looking forward. Dog, yeah.
That's it, mate. It was a great night. Great to get the 3 points in the bag, but it's on to St Johnstone now, isn't it? That's the main focus now. They got another 3 points in the bag, another important 3 points for us would do just nicely.
So, if you don't mind, lads, get yourself in mute, and let's hear from our manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE, and Philip Helander, who think it was with him.
What pleased you most about last night?
Yeah, I think the level of performance. I think first half it was exactly what we were looking for. That's the level we've been striving for a long time, and I was slightly disappointed at half time that we didn't have a bigger advantage and a bigger margin, because we certainly created numerous chances. Had the penalty incident to that as well. You're actually in there at half time thinking the performance deserved more goals, but in terms of setting a game plan out for the players to follow, they were outstanding for the majority of the game. I think we took probably 5-6 minutes to get going from the beginning, And then at times we were hanging on in the final stages, but you've got to take into consideration you're playing against top players and against the top team, and the Europa League's a very difficult level. But in the main, I'm absolutely delighted with the players' performance.
You've had big European nights in the past at Anfield as a player, but how did the Ibrox atmosphere compare for you last night?
Look, it's right up there. I think around the world there's a handful of stadiums that can create that. Anfield for sure being one of them, because I've experienced it on numerous occasions as a player, but to stand on the side and soak that atmosphere up last night, it was special. And these are the nights we want more of. It's very addictive being part of nights like that. I think obviously the last 48 hours as well, the emotion of that. I think the performance was very fitting, and I'm sure the Rickson family are very proud of the players and the application they gave. And it was just a special night for everyone connected to the club, and it was a difficult night because of the previous 24 hours.
How big a statement was that result last night for you in terms of where Rangers are?
Look, it was a good performance. The players will get a lot of credit for it, and rightly so, but for me it's very important to move on as quick as we can, and that's always going to be the case, whether it's a defeat, whether it's a draw or a win. Because the games are coming thick and fast, we have to learn to move on as quick as we can, because St Johnstone will be a difficult challenge, a different challenge. We have to get the players recovered as quick as we can and try and get some energy into them for the game, because unfortunately the SFA don't help us in situations like this. They give you the 12:15 kickoff, which is crazy, but we have to live with that, deal with it and get on with it.
What would be your ideal situation in terms of playing on Thursday, Sunday, if you got to pick when you played at the weekend?
It's just normal time, isn't it? Just normal time.
In terms of, you talked about the first half performance, and you said you could have been up more at half time. Is that maybe strangely encouraging that you went on to win the game and you've still got more levels to go up?
No, I think, I'm not sure how many more levels we've got from that. Of course, we could maybe have took a few more half chances and helped ourselves and tried to kill the game off. But, you're playing against good defenders and you're playing against good teams who are organised, not just going to let you score at will. But there's different parts of a football match that you have to improve at. It's not just scoring and everything that people come to watch the game to be good at. It's game management, it's putting your body on the line, it's running hard, it's being organised, it's sometimes relying on your keeper to bail you out. There's many aspects of a performance that you need, especially at that level, and in the main we got the majority of them really spot on last night.
Is that the type of performance you'd show to Borna Barisic again and say, that's more of what I want to see from you going forward?
Borna was outstanding. The back four I picked last night, I went for experience. I brought two internationals in, Philip being one of them, who has experienced that level before, both internationally and in Europe. So that was a no-brainer. And Borna's the Croatian left-back, so he either played in them pressure games against that level of opponent. Borna's a top player. We brought Borna in here for a reason, because we feel he can contribute a lot from left-back. I thought his performance was outstanding last night, and that should give him a lot of belief and confidence to build on that. But Borna's very highly respected within the staff and the dressing room. Other people have obviously got opinions on him, but we don't really take much notice of that. We just worry about what we see and the belief we've got in the player, and it's certainly there.
You said you're in the midst of midweek. Is there anything you've changed, or you will change, to preparations for game now this year?
No, but I think we have to realise from Thursday to Sunday you don't really get much pitch time. Certainly with the majority of the players, a lot of them will be on recovery today and do a really light session. So we have to maybe try and get information into them a different way, whether that be inside, whether it be walking through certain situations. But it's very difficult to get training time from Thursday to Sunday. But that's the same for a lot of teams. We just have to get on with that. But it's the reason why we've gone for volume in terms of the squad and tried to get extra quality in certain areas of the pitch, because I am going to have to make changes in the team as we go along. Not drastic changes, but just try and tweak it to freshen it up and get some energy in the team.
When's the next time you're going to have a week's training? A full week's training with the team?
You tell me. I don't know. It'll probably be after the international break, but then you've got a different situation because you've got players coming in from all over the world. Some players have played 290 minutes. Some people might have a bit of jet lag, i.e. Scott Arfield or Alfredo Morelos, so that's a different type of challenge, but we're not complaining. It's the way it is. We'll get on with it, but I think for the likes of ourselves and Celtic, you would like to think that our own league would help us in terms of kick-off times, but they go the other way. And they make them earlier and they give you morning kick-offs.
Is that something the club's made representation about?
I don't know, I probably haven't been up here long enough to maybe bring that up, but it's not good, is it, when you're kicking off at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night and your players, the adrenaline, and you can't get to sleep till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then our league, who was supposed to be our governing body, who help us, go and agree a kick-off time at 12:15 on a Sunday.
Have you any bumps and bruises from last night?
Yeah, quite a few, yeah. Quite a few.
Is anybody ruled out for that? No.
What kind of challenge are you expecting from St Johnstone?
Well, I think they'll try and play on the fact that we've had a really tough game on Thursday night, so I think the results have improved slightly of late. Tommy's a good manager, really well organised. Got a real strong result against us at Ibrox, the back end of last season, so I certainly respect him and his team. It'll be a different type of challenge there at home, but it's a very important game for us, big 3 points, and we need to try and take the feel-good factor from Thursday night and try and take it into Sunday. As I say, there'll be a few changes in the team, and we'll go there with hopefully a team that's good enough to get the job done.
Last night was your 75th game in charge of Rangers. Are you still enjoying it?
I'm loving it, yeah, but I wouldn't have said 75. I mean, I suppose time flies when you're having fun.
Philip, how much did you enjoy last night?
I really enjoyed it. I think we got a good potent victory, and yeah, with all the atmosphere and things like that, it was fun.
Obviously, you hadn't played too much in the build-up to the game. You were sort of thrown into this one. You seemed to deal with it very well. Was that your sort of big game experience from Italy that sort of shone through, do you feel?
Well, I'm 26 years old and I've played a lot of important games and played against. I think in Italy I played every week against players with in that quality or even better. So I think for me it was not like a different challenge than any other game.
With your performance, are you hoping that you can now kick on and put together a run of games in the first team and try and stamp a place in the first team?
Yeah, well, I always hope to play. I felt ready now for a while, and now I got the chance to play. So of course I'd like to play more.
It's a case of, with a game coming around so quickly on Sunday, you don't want any rest. You want to be back out there on the pitch and making sure that you can make an impact again.
Yeah, well, as long as you feel fresh and have the energy, you always want to play. And I think that's the case for everyone. I hope to play as well.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Quite enjoyed that actually, Bridge. I think it's always a pleasure hearing the manager. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's wonderful to listen to. And after a good result, very passionate, emotional. A couple of days, marvellous. I thought the reporters were trying to trip up Helander with a couple of stupid questions, and he put them straight. In my opinion, you wary of them, don't you? You're wary of them. They're just. The reporters are supposed reporters. They're not very good. They're not very good. It was a wonderful night, a wonderful night for our club and for the manager and the boys sitting there, Helander, and they can't even be happy for them. They just can't be happy for them. They're just trying to trip them up. Shocking. But well done, the manager, and well done, Philippe Helander. Well done.
JFK, he's a class actor.
Of course he is. You could sit and listen to him many, many times. I mean, I watched that twice a day myself, and yeah, as Brad says, it's as if they don't want to come and ask good questions to the Rangers manager. They just want to bump their gums about silly things, The gaffer answers the questions the way he always does, and that's with eloquence, and they don't like that. They're looking for to try and trip Steven Gerrard up. It's not going to happen. So, Big Hollander, looking at him the day, and he done well. He sat there and answered the questions that he was asked. So, 10 out of 10 for him, for answering the way he did. So, no trip ups there. I'm happy.
It's official. The bar is now open at Fox's, so people might join us. What's the number start out?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. And if you've been here before, you'll just come straight through. If not, Fox or Old School Blue will bring you in and look after you. And enjoy yourself.
So we've no clue the team for that interviews. Just stop me when you've got somebody different, yeah? I think McGregor will play. That's fine. Oh, Tav will play.
I don't think it'll be McGregor. I don't think. And Sunday?
Aye.
I think he'll play West Foderingham. I think Foderingham.
No. Why?
He's good to give him a game.
Cup game on Wednesday, Bridge. What a play there.
Yeah, I know. I still think he'll play West.
You want a large one? I'll tell you what, if West is playing, I'll go in the gates, and if McGregor's in goal, you can go and get
No, I mean that. No, I just think I think Wes will get the game in
I think Wes will definitely play Wednesday. I agree with you there. All right, so he's one different. Before we go on the rest of the team, we've been joined with Smurf. Evening, Smurf.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. All the better for hearing your dulcet tones.
Sure you are. Ah, dear. Aye, no bad. Some game, wasn't it?
Thoroughly enjoyable, good performance, good result, special night, great crowd, great support, great people. We are the people.
Oh, absolutely. I think, everything I said is, just for a neutral, just excitement, just brilliant entertainment in it. If you were a neutral watching that, you couldn't have helped but enjoy it. It was an engaging game, I thought. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a performance. It was good. Proud of him last night.
Aye, that's fair. Aye. Who was your man of the match, Smurf?
It was hard. As the game sort of evolved, I was thinking, he's a stand-up, he's man of the match, or Helander will get it, it's his first real sort of big game in a Rangers jersey, and then Barisic played well. It was a good performance for him, but I think on balance over the whole course of the whole game, looking at as things where people were tiring and that towards the end, I thought Jack really came into his own towards the end of the game, and I think he covered every blade of grass. He was reading things, intercepting things, and so although there was maybe more easily identifiable performances, I thought Ryan Jack was man of the match for me.
Aye, a lot of good players on there, a lot of good performances. That's what we're looking for. JFK 5 or 6, 8 out of, no misses are the same players, but 5 or 6, 8 out of 10 every week, and then that'll drive us on. What's JFK?
Oh, I'm here, mate. Sorry.
Right.
I was on mute there. What did you say there?
I says with that many players played well last night, but that's what we're looking for every week. It might not be the same players, but that'll drive us on.
I think come Sunday and Wednesday, I think with the pool of players we've got, the gaffer's told us get a couple of niggly injuries there, but he's not going to change it too much. For me, McGregor's got to be a stick on, and it's got to be Tav here. Hollander and Barisic will definitely play, but it'll depend who. Does he bring Katic back into the fold? I don't know. If we play like that every week, if we play like that in the league every week, Oxshire will canter it. Especially the first 45 minutes. That, as I said earlier on, that was absolutely wonderful to watch. So you're reading your team out, and we were to interrupt you, so you had an interruption, so somebody agreed with you and somebody didn't. So what was the rest of your team?
Tav.
Right.
Barisic. Hollander. And Giorgio.
Jorge.
Alright.
Right.
Oh, is Jorge playing, is he?
Alright. Stephen Davis, Ryan Jack, and Aribo.
Okay.
Barker, Arfield, and Defoe.
Right. I would see maybe know this game. I think probably the game after that. I think maybe Polster would maybe deserve a chance and maybe give Tav a wee rest. Just no. The rest I can't. What would your idea of putting Defoe in a league game instead of Fred?
Only because of the fatigue that Alfie had last night.
Just on that base, and bring Fred on second half. I can see a lot of sense in that, obviously. Would you know? Did you say play Ojo as well?
I had Barker.
I would only. I'd like to see Barker get a shot at it. I would myself. I can't argue much with that team there, apart from McGregor and Ford. I'm not laughing, but I just can't see where you can bring Ford in Saturday and Sunday, Wednesday, but no Sunday. I don't see the sense in it. Alan McGregor played a blinder last night again.
They all did.
I know, but I just don't. I think Ford's time's no long at Ibrox, I would imagine. I think he realises he's going to be a second choice keeper. And it's for the League Cup. But for me, number one goalkeeper, Alan McGregor, you've got to play him in every important game. And Sunday's an important game against St Johnstone. Never mind their league position. It's 3 points to win. We've got to remember, our game kicks off 45 minutes before theirs does. So that's the impetus we need to go forward, win the game at half time, put pressure on them, have a good result that they can hear. They're playing Kilmarnock on Sunday, so let's hope that the Pie men give them a decent game. So for me, it's got to be Alan McGregor all day.
I've really contradicted myself there, Smurf. That's not the team I would play, but that's the team I think I'll go because I would play Alfie every week, but that's my thinking because he was so fatigued last night.
Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, go Smurf. Sorry, pal.
I think Morelos, you've got to play him every week if he's available. Just the way we play in Scotland, especially with the teams Rangers come up against, the way they set their stall out and park the bus. It's not really Defoe's game, sort of. Getting into the kind of fights. But he's got to rest him, and so I think Defoe will get the nod. I think it'd be it's certainly a game we'll win, but it won't be an easy game. It won't be an easy time getting up there. And again, it's not really Defoe's bag that, but see how it goes.
St Johnstone got a good result last week against the Sheep.
Point. Do you think we'll ever see Bridgeman and Stardale? Do you think we'll ever see Morelos and Defoe on at the same time?
Personally speaking, no. I doubt it very much, unless it's a last 15-minute job, in one of the European games. I don't think so. I think they need them. I think they need both of those players available, and they'll be sort of shot about. I agree with your forward line for this Saturday, Sunday, whenever day it is, and I think Morelos will be deserve a rest for that. Although I don't know if he wants a rest, so you don't know what's happening, what the discussions are. And most assuredly, Defoe would be his number one backup, and that's the way I see it. And it would be every other. You've got to think if it's going to be an easy game or a difficult a difficult game. And I don't see St Johnstone should not be a really difficult game for us. However, I'm not stupid. We've been to St Johnstone before and we've struggled against them. But I think we need to get rest into some of these players' legs because we've got a lot of games to come over the next 2 weeks. A lot of games. They're coming rapid.
We don't play them this year, Rapid. Starbuck.
I kind of agree with your team also. I don't know if Jorge will get the nod. I think he'll play maybe in the cup game. I would like to see him go with Katic and Aladon.
Mate. I've done that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Wee Jorge getting a shout. I love it. But I would like to see him maybe give Golson a rest. I know he was probably going to rest him in the cup game anyway, but I'd like to see Katic and Alander at the back. But apart from that, mate, I agree with the team. I mean, I can see the thinking behind Defoe getting a start because I also seen the fatigue obviously in Alfie last night towards the last 20-15 minutes of the game. But I would actually like him to ask Alfie if he could just give the first half at the weekend and go and put in a shift because I think the first half's going to be vital, mate. I think the longer it goes in this game, if we don't manage to open the scoring quite early, it's just going to be one of the horrible games. It was the same up there last year. We left it late and Alfie got as the winner, so I would like Alfie to maybe just to go and give the first half, bully a few defenders, maybe nick us a wee goal in that, and then give Jermaine the second half and obviously give him the cup game as well. I don't think we will see the two of them up front at the same time unless maybe we're struggling in a game. We need to kind of grab a goal. I just don't think it would. I just don't think it would risk any of the two of them getting an injury, mate. If we're to start with the two of them in the same game.
All right. It's just going to be interesting to see what the team is against Smurf, isn't it? Really?
Aye, it will be interesting. It's back to your point there about playing two at the front. I think, for me, I agree with you. I don't think it'll ever happen. But if they did, I think where we struggle for width on the right and, the way Alfie can sometimes he'll go out there and take the ball a tight area off Tav and turn and use his physique to bully past players. I think if he shunted himself, out on the right, you could maybe play like that. But that would only be maybe as coming on as a sub or something like that, maybe Defoe towards the end of the game, maybe. But the two of them starting up front and it's a traditional front two will never happen. I don't think so anyway. But it's hard to pick a team. I wouldn't want to be Stevie G trying to pick a team after a game like that because they're bound to be leggy,
Well, I think they'll get the personnel there, Smurfs. I know you're saying they'll be leggy, but
they'll be knocked him out leggy.
I still think you could see Fred last night. He's charmed at the bit. Had a fantastic game. I'd play him for the start. Do them in the first half and then bring Defoe in second half to maybe score another. No, I'm going for a comfortable win. I'm not going to go overboard and say we're going to win 5 or 6-0 as I have in the past. But I think we'll win 2 or 3-0.
You're right.
I think it was. We've got good personnel there now, so the gaffer will make changes, but he said he's not going to make a lot of changes. So that'll be interesting to see.
It's not the fact that we'll not win. I think we'll win the game. I think comfortably. But it's just the fight. It's not always a game of football, is it? It's just the physical effort, week in, week out. Teams parking the bus, and the physical nature. Nobody comes and tries to sort of play Rangers and take us on and beat us. you know, the last team to do that was Hibs, and they get battered. You know what I mean? It's difficult. You know, it must be physical training for these guys because they're going out there and it's a fight every week. Well, you know, in domestic competition. You know.
Yeah. But the gaffer's right about the SFA or SPFL. They're no helping the clubs, you know. But
not one bit.
You've got to remember the League Cup games in Wednesday. So where is it meant to cancel a game? You know. So other
I think
countries.
a 3 o'clock kickoff was all I was really asking for, Jimmy, wasn't it? Really?
Well, you know that's to do with TV because the Edinburgh Derby's on TV, so they don't want to be clashing with their game, you know. So one and the other, one channel showing our game and other channel showing there. But a wee footnote on the Puddle Drinkers game, they wanted a game put back to 4 o'clock.
Oh, did they?
Aye, at Scumsville. But I know the reason why. I know the reason why it wasn't granted. Glasgow Rocks are playing Newcastle Eagles at the Emirates on Sunday, which I'll be there. After I watch my team in hopefully Mollacate, St Johnstone. But the tip-off's at 5 o'clock at the Emirates Arena, straight across from the Pedo Dome, and the permission was not granted to play the two events at the same time. So that meant they have to start at 1 o'clock. So that means you can't get hold of the wee wains that are going to the basketball.
That's a shocking thing to say, but
have you not got one of them in your bedroom?
I'm blushing.
A tall boy.
A tall boy.
A giant.
My tall boy's lying in the next room. Do you want me to give him a pull, eh?
Whatever you do in your own house is up to yourself. Just a nudge would have done.
Just a nudge, okay. Is that a wink as well, okay. But that's the reason why their game is at 1 o'clock, and they try to take advantage.
We've got a caller. Graham's joined us. Evening, Graham.
Hey, how you doing, boys? All right, it's Graham here.
Hello, Graham. Where are you, Graham?
Well, I'm just outside your wee favourite haunt stumps. Bunky's in there. No, I was going to ask. Do you know, I think maybe a couple of years' time, we all think how good a manager Stevie G is. This European setup, he's got it spot on. He seems to be, against the European sides, he's got it spot on for a rookie manager over here on the scum side for East End, say, oh, he's Slippy G, he's no good. I don't know. I think he's got it spot on. Apart from the Celtic game at Ibrox, I think his tactics are right. Morelos on the bench, no wingers playing. I don't know. I think we've got a real good manager there. I'm just going to ask the panel what you think.
All right, I'll let JFK start because he's a mucker.
All right, you sober tonight? You sober? No.
I never came down the late, Jimmy. I just came in there the back of 10 and I sit in stumps and I turn on and I say, what are you listening to? We've got the jukebox. I just say, I'm listening to see what's going on in Real Rangers Radio. No, I love you, do you know what I mean? No, just to ask you, the panel.
That's a lot of good points you make. I've seen all the same comments, the same as other guys, Graham. No, Slippy G and all that. They don't rate him. And like my voice said here, his one fault, if you can call it that, was that he didn't get his tactics right and the team selection right for the Puddle Drinkers game. But he's learned by that. And you yourself admit, I mean, last night he got his tactics 100% spot on. So he's becoming the manager that we know that we want him to be. So I'm over the moon, the same as you, Graham. Last night was a fantastic result. First half of the football was beautiful to watch.
Oh, unbelievable football, Jimmy.
He told us in the press conference that he went for the experience in the back four, so he got it 100% right. So what you're saying there, we're not going to get the plaudits, Graham, so just let them bump their gums, pal.
But Jimmy, that's what I'm saying. See, last night, if we ended up 3-4 nothing at half time, nobody could have grudges that because the chances.
Quite right, Graham, quite right. And you come Smurf answer, Graham. No, we lost Smurf. Starter.
He disappeared.
Standard.
No, I think we've got a fantastic manager. I mean, we all know what kind of pedigree he was as a player, and I mean, he seemed to drag Liverpool through Europe a few times. So he seems to have the knack for Europe. He's taken that into his managerial career. Not that he's dragged us through it, because I think we've done ourselves absolutely. You know what I'm trying to say. We've not been terrible in Europe. We've been brilliant in Europe, basically. So he's not like dragged us through anything. But no, I think he's definitely got the pedigree for Europe, mate. And I mean, his record speaks for itself, doesn't it, Graham?
No, he does. And you know the one thing I say, right? We all say, right, we've got this manager. They all say the rookie manager. But see, maybe 5 years down the line, this guy could be the Liverpool manager and running riot with teams, because he's a clever. You know what I like about him? He's a quick learner. He maybe makes his mistakes, but which we've seen. But I just think this guy's going to go into great things, and we might not have him there. And that's, you know what I mean? And good luck to the guy. He's Liverpool born and bred. He loves the club. But I just see great things. What he's doing for Rangers now is unbelievable. On the European side, he just seems to read these teams inside out, and he knows what to do against them. You watch him the other night, you say, mate, I'll get this, I'll try. I always criticise him. He's going to draft 3, he's going to draft 4 players, but he just seems to get it right. He seems to get it on this European scene. But the other games, like some of the league games, we know ourselves. The game at Ibrox, it wasn't right. He's putting Defoe on. He's too old. I'm not saying he's too old, right, but to start this game where Morelos should have played, Morelos last night was unbelievable. You all must agree on that. The passing and bringing players into the game, it was great.
He's what rate? Bridgeman, in you come.
Yeah. What can you? You guys have said everything, really and truly everything. You know, I sometimes you think you're a manager and you think what he's learned. It's his first major job, and as a manager, it's just unbelievable what he's learned in a very short space of time. Remember, he's only been here 15 months or something like that. Just quite incredible. And you know, he's brought us forward. He's done everything he can foundation-wise for the team up to now. And if we can get him to stay for another 2 seasons and complete the rebuild of our team and the sort of, shall we say, the structures within the club, it would be unbelievable. He's just a fantastic manager for us. Fantastic manager for us. And he's a great spokesman. And you know, he's a gentleman. He's a great front man. Just brilliant.
And do you know what's crazy? See what Bridge just mentioned there. See the short time a Spacey actually has been here, whether it's 15 or 16, 17 months. How do you squeeze 75 games into that? You should some schedule.
Well, you look at it, 16 qualifying games just for Europe. 16. That's within the group stages. You know,
you should some schedule.
Aye. Graham,
could I just?
You know what? No. I love about him. I'm going to go back in here for a bit. You know what I love about him? He's so good with the press, because he knows when he shut them down. And he knows when he speaks to them. You know, he's a clever guy. And you don't know that. You know, he's really clever that way.
Can you do me a favour, Graham?
Can
you get that 20? Can you get that 20 off of Walkie that he owes me?
Well, he's got his club fit on. Remember, he had that injury. He's sitting in there. He's no use in here. I'm getting in to see him today.
Right, so, cheers, mate.
I'm actually saying, so I'm going back in. So good to hear from you all again. I'll catch you later on, boys. Right, have a good one, right? Catch you later.
Cheers,
mate. Good night.
Can I answer the Gerrard question, Ox?
Aye, then Smurf can come in. On you go, mate.
I think he's doing a great job, but to convince 100% the Rangers support, he's still got his doubters out there. You read them on the forums, you hear them on phone-ins, and I think he's got to win something to get his 100% behind him. Do you agree with that?
Aye, I think a trophy would go a long way, and what a night out that'll be. In you come, Smurf.
So, I think, your appraisal of him is accurate, and I think that he's done incredibly well. I would underqualify what I'm saying by making the statement that although he's dubbed to be a rookie manager, 75 games in charge of Rangers, he's done fantastically well in Europe. Our home record in Europe is phenomenal under him, and for me, and I don't mean this in a negative light, and I suppose it's tribute and testament how well he's done. The sort of honeymoon period, this sort of the big name, the razzmatazz that goes with it, all that kind of stuff. That's all over for me now. You know, he's arrived. He's had a season under his belt. He's done well this season. He's made a big mistake against Celtic, and so, you know, it's a big job to take on, and it comes with big responsibility, and you've got to step up. I think he has stepped up. For me, it's time to move on now, and it's like you say, Fox, you say there, you know, winning something now is imperative, and it's not just for him. We sort of lament the squad and how well it's developed and how well the guys have played, but still they've won nothing.
But does that make Wednesday's game important, Stardog? Next Wednesday? It's a quarter final.
100%, mate. Aye, because I mean, we won that game we're at Hampden. Essentially, then you're only one game away from getting yourself into a final. So, 100%, mate. But I still feel as if that is a game where they should be resting your kind of more key players. Because I mean, we've got bigger fights in our hands this year. I know the League Cup would be great because it's the first trophy of the season and things like that. But the league's everything to me this year, mate. So we need to just keep a stronger team for the league. And it's Sunday. It's a big game for me first.
Here, Stardog.
Just to mention, what Smurf says, with great power comes great responsibility. You've been watching Spider-Man, Smurf?
I never said that.
Here we go.
I never said that. You misquoted me there. I never said that.
What did you say?
Sorry?
What did you say so we can misquote you again?
So we can misquote you.
I can't remember, but it's not a quote I've ever even heard myself, to be honest. So
I thought you were a Spider-Man fan.
No.
Watch out! Here comes the Spider-Man. Where did we go for Rangers to Spider-Man?
Listen, JFK, can I just let you know, pal? I was just looking at. I've got a text through saying there's a message on follow, or a post on follow, saying that Mr. Keevins, your good friend, has now said that now that the Rangers fans and the Celtic fans have come together after the deaths of Billy McNeil / Mr. Rickson, they should do is get together and give the fans back the Celtic fans back the Broomlawn stand.
Aye, very good. Aye.
That's what he's come away with, apparently, on your programme.
Aye, very good.
Unbelievable.
Aye.
Head case of a man.
It's a big what have we got? 5 games in the next, what is that, 16 days, Fox, and this will help dictate our whole season. We've got the league games, we've got another European game, we've got a quarter final of the Cup. It's all pressured, it's all exciting.
Big test for the players and their mentality. I mean, after playing a big game like that on Thursday, to travel to Perth and back to the normal league duty, I think they need to keep the intensity up that they're starting to show and the will to win, which is more important. The Livingston game coming in the Wednesday, we need to be careful here. Livingston were no pushovers. Oh. I mean, they're capable of scoring a goal for a set piece, etc. So we can't be going against them too weak either. And then you've got Aberdeen and other European games to come. As he said in his press conference, he'll use his squad, and hopefully he uses the squad wisely. I don't see that many changes for Perth on Sunday. I could maybe see King coming into the midfield to give the engine rooms a wee bit fresh energy. Maybe that's why he dropped Aribo. He's going to play Aribo on Sunday. I think Alfie should stay where he is. I don't think he takes well to being dropped, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And the back four, I would leave the same as well. If somebody's playing well and we're not losing goals, keep it that way, you know.
See the international break is that October again, aye?
It's 2 weeks again. 2 weeks,
so
then we stop again.
I like to play what I was term a section by section. So I mean, we're Fox is saying, I mean, we've got St Johnstone, Livingston, the Sheep, then Young Boys, Aberdeen, and then we've got Hamilton, and then we've got the 2-week break for the international. So the games we need to win every one of these games, obviously. But the Young Boys, Aberdeen, for me, I'd take a point here there. But Fox is right. A couple of changes for Sunday will do me, just to rest a couple of players. But Livingston will be a hard game next week, especially on their surface. So we need to be careful of that. We don't take our eye off the ball, especially when we've got the Sheep on the Saturday at Ibrox.
I think after seeing Livingston play against us in the way they done it, Rangers were a far better team than Livingston, truth be told. But the fight that they've got in them is quite incredible. So once again, at their own ground, they'll be maybe a lot tougher than they were against us at Ibrox. So. I would agree. We need to be on our toes. So Fox is absolutely right. Maybe we should change our thought process and make sure we've got the strongest team we can get to play against them for that cup game. Instead of thinking it's a cup game, let's play our reserve team against them.
The next game after that is a semi-final, Bridge, innit?
Yeah.
We beat Livingston, we're in the semi-final.
That's right. I'm saying
you're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. So changing personnel is okay, but we need to make sure that the personnel that we change is good enough to go and win the game against Livingston. 100% agree with you.
Well, what I'm really saying, I think, is that maybe St Johnstone, whom are no mugs either, really. Maybe St Johnstone are a better team to rest players and so on and so forth than Livingston. Maybe make sure we have to go full team, particularly a European game. I don't know whether our manager will do that, but based on what we're talking about tonight and what I've seen, I would suggest that's what we need to do.
Obviously it'll dictate a lot of who's get knocks and who's get...
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so then you'll get the rotation just for knocks. But, personally, I'd have Morelos playing every week, but I don't think that'll happen. I think there'll be the odd time we'll have him on the bench.
I think you're absolutely spot on. I don't think we can afford to rotate him too much. It's a case of bringing Defoe off the bench, and it shows you that maybe in January, we need to see where we are in January maybe, and actually just bite the bullet and go out and spend a few quid, if we've got it, and maybe get a striker. Well, it's not an ideal time to do that. I appreciate that, but God knows what would happen if we, lost Alfie to an injury or something, So, no, I agree with you. We can't afford to rotate him.
I think he will be rotated, but I think he will be. Fox's sports scientists, they'll come into play here.
Aye, of course they will. Mind you, we're saying about resting Alfie. Defoe's not a bad backup now, is he? For God's sake, he's a good striker. He's in his own right, fantastic striker. And if he comes in on Sunday, I'm quite sure he'll do the business, same as Alfie would.
You know what the difference is for me is, guys, Defoe very much depends on everybody else running about him, whereas Morelos can make things happen just himself. I would just ask him to push on and give the first half at least on Sunday. But I'll tell you what, Fox, Andy King was a great shout, mate. I'd like to see him coming in midfield on Sunday. I think that was a great shout.
And the question on everybody's lips, JFK, will Katic play?
There's a good opportunity to do that on Sunday, for instance. Katic and what do you call it? Jorge Edmundson. And Katic could play, for instance.
Man.
Just a thought process,
I wouldn't like to see him change it too much at the back, mate. I wouldn't grumble if he kept it Golson and Hollander. They played good last night. They never conceded a goal. We go to 3 points against Feyenoord. I wouldn't grumble if they two played. But I would like to see Katic and Hollander in there at some point, mate. But no, I wouldn't like to change the defence completely. Ken taking the two centre backs out, even if it means Jorge gets a game. I'd like to just see him sit this one out and play against Livingston.
You're looking for Jorge to play against Livingston?
I want Jorge to play against Livingston.
Yeah, and the reason, can I just ask the reason for that then, if you don't mind?
Well, because I think
simply because it's a cup game. Is it simply because it's a cup game?
Aye, basically, aye, it is.
Mm-hmm. And you don't rate Livingston then?
I do rate Livingston, but I think Jorge's got the tools in his wee box there to deal with them.
Okay, buddy.
I think he's. I mean, what have you seen out of Jorge that makes you think that he couldn't? He?
No, I'm not saying it at all. I'm just. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued when people say what they say.
There'll be people joining us and go, "Who's this Jorge?"
Who's Jorge?
I think we're looking ahead of ourselves now, and I mean, the Wednesday game will take care of itself. I mean, I can see. I mean, Ryan Jack looked dead in his legs in the last 15 minutes. He was running on adrenaline. There's maybe a chance a gaffer will maybe give him a rest on Sunday. We don't know. A couple of changes just to freshen it up a bit. He told us he's got a couple of knocks, but I'd be looking for McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Helander, Barisic. Probably, obviously, Davis and Kamara. Scott Arfield for me, Morelos. And I would like to see Brandon Barker get a game. You know, Ryan Jack had a fantastic game. But let's not get myself carried away here and start talking about a Livingston game. I'm not going to say I wouldn't be bothered if we get knocked out the League Cup. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, the prize is there in front of us, and it's the league. So we need to play our strongest.
And how's the game going to go on Sunday, JFK?
I'm going for 2 or 3-0, mate.
All right, I hope you're not. Yeah, Stardog.
I'll take another 3-1 Hawks.
All right, Smurf.
I think he's going to get dizzy.
I think he is, mate. Bridge, in you come.
I was going to say that as far as I'm concerned, it's this Sunday against St Johnstone, when you think our enemy across the city took 7 off them. I don't know whether we'll take 7 off them. I doubt it. I would be quite happy with a 1-0 once again, but I'm looking for a mollification, so I'll go for 3.
Oh, did you say 3 there?
I'll go for 3. I will.
Swooning.
Sorry, lads. I thought 2-0. I'll go for 2-0.
All right, mate. Fox, you any thoughts how it's going to go?
Hopefully a comfortable 2-0 win. That'll do me fine.
I'll actually take a bridge man on Sunday. There you go.
I think we all would, Oxshire. I just been, I won nothing. I'd be happy with 1-0. An own goal, doesn't care. As long as it's 90 whistle.
I'd like one thing I say is that I'd like to see is the Barisic Helander sort of side of things. I'd like to see that sort of cultivated and nurtured going forward. I think that could be promising for us on the left hand side. So I'd like to see that continuing. Whatever team he picked.
Fair comment, mate. Well, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening, mate.
What can I say? I've thoroughly enjoyed my evening. Marvellous company. I hope everybody enjoyed it too. And can I just say this? Huge game, absolutely huge game Sunday. Huge. Playing against St Johnstone, and we need to beat them. I don't care if it's 1-0 or 10-0, just beat them. So for me, to other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans in here, on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Thanks for that, Bridge. Can I thank everybody who phoned in the show tonight, everybody for joining us in the panel. Big thanks to Stardog, who's they bought you a few jokes tonight, but takes it like a true gent that he is. Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll be back. It's 12:15 kick-off, isn't it? Sunday.
That is indeed, aye.
Yeah, 12:15.
We'll be back. Fox will just boot his bed for 11:15.
I'll not make it out of my bed to 12:15.
Don't you be phoning me, Oxshire, now.
I'll phone you at half time. Make sure you're up.
I'll be available.
I know you'll be available. You'll be up at the crack of dawn. You've got mass to go to. Right. Can I thank you all for joining us here at Rangers Radio? Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll be back at 11:15. That's 11:15, Fox. for a pre-match show on Sunday. Thanks for everybody for listening. See you soon. Take it away, Old School Blue.
The statement I do make, and it is no mistake, about a football team that plays down Parkhead Way. They're a shower of diving shites, and you know that I am right, for that's the way the Glasgow Celtic play. They were playing against the Hearts when the ball went into the box. Chris Sutton, he dived down onto the grass. The ref just turned away and carried on with play. The fans then shouted, Sutton, get off your arse. Get off your arse, get off your arse. You diving, cheating shite, get off your arse. Yes, are always a bloody same. When you play this football game, you're always diving down onto the grass. Sutton's not the only one when you play against the scum. Petrov, Thompson and Hudson do the same, trying to con the referee to get a penalty, for the Celts will cheat so they can win the game. A match against Dundee, it was very plain to see when a ball came into the box to Didier Agat. Agat, he turned around, then dived down to the ground. The ref just said, Agat, get off your arse. Get off your arse, get off your arse. You diving, cheating shite, get off your arse. Yes, are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. There's a rumour going round up at the Parkhead ground. When you hear what it is, I'm sure you'll think it's true. The Tick have signed a guy to help them when they die. It's none other than Mr. Duncan Goodhue. This rumour could be right. The other day I watched the shite. They were playing against a team nicknamed the Pars. Stilly and Petrov got the ball and done a terrific somersault, but he was told to you get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down to the grass. Now the diving still went on when the Celtic played the Dons. Sutton was on the ball when he got the call. The captain of Aberdeen thought he was on a submarine when he heard dive, dive, dive over the ball. The Rangers game was next and they were still up to their tricks. The Gers fans at the time were singing the sash. When Hartson hit the floor, there was one almighty roar. Hartson, you cheating shit, get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating shit, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Yes, she's are always diving down onto the grass.
What, he's a shocker? The man's a shocker, telling you.